Hi, my name is Jennifer Canela. I am in your CMST 109 public speaking course. When I think of the word pregnancy, a certain image comes to my head. And I think for many others, an image is a growing belly, long luscious hair, and a baby coming out roughly 9 to 10 months and entering this world. Now, I think postpartum, specifically postpartum hair loss. Now, I was a victim of postpartum hair loss, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, what is postpartum hair loss? It is a crazy amount of hair loss that women experience roughly about 3 months postpartum, post having a baby, according to care.com. Now, that is the peak of postpartum hair loss is at 3 months. It's when most of us will begin to realize, oh, I think I'm going through postpartum hair loss. Now, what causes this hair loss? When we are pregnant, we have a spike in our hormone levels, specifically in our estrogen and progesterone levels, which are the hormones that cause us to grow long, luscious hair when we are pregnant. But after we have a child, they are also the hormones that cause us to drastically lose a ton of hair as our hormone levels drastically drop and it becomes a shock to our body. Now, according to care.com, about 40 to 50% of women are victims to this issue. Is there much we can do? No. If you look it up, it says different conditioner, different shampoo, and don't do this, don't do that. In reality, this is all internal. Externally, all of this hair is dead. Doesn't matter. It's falling out. But internally, the issue is our hormone level. And unfortunately, there's not much we can do. Now, this usually lasts anywhere from 3 months to about 6 or 7. And that's very drastic cases. Most of the time, only last a few months. I would say 3 tops. Now, for women that are significantly losing an amount of hair, might look a little something like this. So to begin with, we might start seeing a ball of hair about that size. And this is probably after we get out of the shower and we've brushed our hair out. After a week or even a few days, we might start looking like something like this. And this looks worrisome to me, at least. And finally, this is the peak of postpartum hair loss. Now, I want to make it clear. I chose postpartum hair loss because I think it affects your self-esteem, your confidence, and the way you feel about yourself, regardless if you are a man or a woman, or whether you have postpartum or you just have hair loss issues. It affects deeply, in my eyes, in my personal opinion, how we feel and how we see ourselves. Now, how long do we have to deal with this? Pretty much until your hair begins to grow back. So mainly women will notice, or even men, when they have hair loss, will notice most of their hair loss, I would say, in the crown, which is like around here, of their hair. So if I were to show you, you can see here, as well as here. Here I have a pretty big bald spot. This is where we begin to notice this is significant amount of hair loss. And it looks the same on the other side. I have significant bald spots that were not there. But these little hairs here are baby hairs that are starting to grow back. Thank God. Right? So, is there any type of risk or issue that this may cause? There is. From my personal experience, there's something that's called a hair tourniquet. So that is when a thin piece of hair wraps around your newborn's toes or even fingers, and if not caught in time, will eventually cut off their circulation, can lead to amputation, or worse, gangrene, which is an infection, and ultimately your child losing a toe or toes or fingers or a finger. I had experienced that as my son got a hair wrapped around his big toe. Thank God I have dark hair and I could see it visibly, and I was able to take it off in time. But we are out of the control of the amount of hair that falls out. Therefore, it does become a danger and a risk to a certain extent if we are not careful. Now, I chose postpartum hair loss because it deeply affected myself, my self-confidence, with everything else that was going on as being the new mom. And as I am envisioning my audience to be males or women that are pregnant or have experienced this, I hope to have taught you something you didn't already know. As we learned today, postpartum hair loss happens at 3 months. It hits its peak. Lasts about 5-6 months. Anything more than a year is abnormal. You should go see a doctor. 40 to 50% of women are affected by postpartum hair loss. So if you're watching this, you're not on your own. It can be a danger to your child and fingers and toes. So please be careful. Is there much to be done? Nope. We gotta just let it filter through our system as postpartum hair loss is caused by hormone levels significantly dropped. Thank you.